It is still a very high number, but do you feel this number is sustainable, or could there be some more rationalization ahead?
No, so I mean, over the last few years, obviously, it has been steadily coming down as more and more stores get mature. I mean, it's difficult to grow within the same store beyond a point, right? I mean, once your store reaches maturity. So a sustainable number that we will look at would be more like 9 to 10%. In our 30% revenue growth, the composition of that is 9 to 10% same-store sales growth, and remaining 20% sort of growth coming in from the new store additions.
Final question then, your call on the counter and your target?
So everything is good about the stock other than the valuations.
Absolutely.
So currently, I mean, as I said, it's a defensive stock. So our target price currently is 1400 in the stock. Stock is, I would say, trading close to that. So we are obviously recommending a sell at anything above 1400. But as I said, anything closer to 1300 odd, that looks a good point to keep accumulating the stock. But at anything above 1400, it looks overstretched, and so that's our target price with a 1 year perspective.
All right. Thanks so much for joining in, Himanshu, and giving us that view on a DMart retail. Meanwhile, Rashesh Shah, president of FICCI, is speaking. Let's cut across to him.
Construction work going on because of the Mumbai Metro. And I think the same thing applies to reforms like IBC and others, that the path to progress is always under construction. And I think in India, we have seen that over the years, and the IBC itself is also showcasing that. But we believe in the heart of our hearts that this, in spite of the inconvenience, in spite of the back and forth, in spite of the interpretation of the law that is going on in real time, there are very clear benefits of this code, of the implementation of this code, and the changes that are happening. Along with that, what has also been very gratifying is the alacrity of both the government as well as IBBI to constantly interact with the participants, to constantly get feedback on what is working, what is not working, what needs to be amended. And I was very fortunate to be part of the committee which was working on the amendment to the insolvency code, and the alacrity with which the committee was formed, the kind of in-depth discussions we had on all the issues. A lot of issues I thought were very clear-cut and black and white before the meeting. I was very pleasantly surprised that there were a lot of other interpretations and nuances which were there, which we discussed at the committee level also, and then came to a set of trade-offs and deliberations that came out. But it was marvelous to watch that. So again,
that is the FICCI president Rashesh Shah speaking there. In fact, we will be getting an exclusive conversation with him later on in the day at 12. He will be joining us live at around 1:15. But let me also